A blessed day to all! Today, we will discuss the decision making skills in managing sexuality. After learning much about gender and sexuality in the previous lesson, it is important that you know how to handle your sexuality and the issues and concerns related to gender and sexuality by knowing how to make good decisions about them. The good decision making skills. Decision. It is a choice you make or act upon. Kung ano yung mga gusto mong gawin or nagawa mo na. Yung mga desisyon mo na dapat ay pinag-iisipan. Good decision is a decision in which you have carefully considered the outcome of each choice. Iniisip mo muna yung mangyayari bago mo gawin yung desisyon na yun. Decision-making skills will help you make decisions based on your needs and desires. At the same time, it helps you to resist peer pressure. Decision-making skills must be practiced and exercised in resolving issues and concerns about sexuality. Let us take a look at the illustration on the following. Let's take a look at the illustration on this slide. This will guide you in enhancing your decision-making skills. D stand for determine the problem. Alamin mo muna kung ano yung problema. E, explore the alternatives. C, consider the consequences. I, identify your values. D, decide for action. And E, evaluate the result. Robert Frost wrote, "Two roads diverge in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. But unfortunately, not every decision is as simple as that. Let's just take this path and see where it goes, especially when you're making life choices." Use this decision-making process steps decide to help you make good decisions and be able to better prevent hasty life choices. To make a decision, you must first identify what is the problem you need to solve or the question you need to answer. If you misidentify the problem to solve, or if the problem you've chosen is too broad, you'll knock the decision train off the track before it even leaves the station. Next, identify the possible solutions to your problem. There is usually more than one option to consider when trying to make a decision in life. Kung may plan A ka, dapat meron ka ring hanggang plan Z, plan Z. Dahil maraming letters ang alphabets, dapat marami ka ring plano or mga possible solutions mo. Weigh the evidence for or against said alternatives. Identify potential pitfalls for each of your alternatives and weigh those against the possible outcome. Next, values. Oops, nasobrahan. Values. Identify your values. Were the alternatives or solutions to your problem match your beliefs in life? When the things that you do and the way you behave match your values, life is usually good. You're satisfied and content. But When those align with your personal values, that's when things feels wrong. Next, after considering all the previous steps, you are now ready to decide on what decisions to make. Once you've made your decision, act on it to make your decision tangible and achievable. After a predetermined amount of time, which you define in step 1 of the decision making process, take an honest look back at your decision. Did you solve the problem? Did you answer the question? Did you meet your goals? Did you made a good decision? The life skills that are mentioned below will give you the tools to deal with problems both big or small. Assessing your health. Unang-una dyan. Evaluating your well-being periodically. Figure out what you can do to improve your health if it is not as good as it can be. Next, making good decisions. Making choices that are healthy and responsible. You must have the courage to make difficult decisions and stick to them. Next, communicating effectively. It expresses the feelings or your feelings in a healthy way. If you listen to what people say, they will want to listen to you as well. Kung marunong ka makinig sa iba, marunong din silang makinig sa'yo. Practicing wellness. This can be accomplished through information about good sexuality. Next, setting goals. Dapat goals ka. Dapat may ini-aim ka sa life mo. Aiming for something that will give you a sense of accomplishment. Just be sure to be realistic with your target goal. Next, using refusal skills. A way to say no to something that you don't want to do. You must feel strongly about what things you want to avoid. Last, I think this is the last. Evaluating media messages. Being able to judge the worth of media messages. It is a big challenge knowing that most media messages are very convincing. Your decisions related to your sexual behaviors affect yourself and others now or later in your life. These sexual behaviors may be toward yourself, your family, or your friends, or other people. Thus, what you choose to do and how you behave should be guided by family, social, and spiritual standards and should be based on decision-making steps or procedures. Hope you learned something today. Thank you and God bless.